Can anyone tell? I'm not wearing really colored contacts. Listen, blue is where it's at. Hope to make my brown eyes blue, because having brown, it means you might have some brown genetics in there. They're less than us. So remember, until we want to be cool and tribal with our tribal tattoos on our lower back that we were getting in Joplin because it wasn't legal in Oklahoma yet. But speaking of tattoos, I'm sorry, Shara waited until she was in her 30s and made sure she got good pieces that didn't look like garbage. Award-winning tattoo pieces. She invested a lot of hard-earned money in that she worked cleaning to get. Put it in a little envelope for tattoo money so that it'll look good. My arrow right here looks wonderful with all my kids' names tattooed all over me because I can't remember their names. But listen, it was so painful right here, about 30 seconds. I wouldn't know anything about pain. So anyway, speaking of Oklahoma, there's this small town that Shara moved to get out of what we call a ghetto. She sounded a little black when she got here. We said, what? Where's your gat? What's that, a starter you're wearing? A starter jacket? We have to have one of those because we're so cool out here in the country. It's cold out here. Listen, give me that starter jacket. Right? Because we're cool. That's when we started listening to rap. Now our boys love it too. Shara knows. She was on Bumble for a long time. They put their list of what they love to listen to on Spotify. And they're Insta, or I'm posted with them with their mommy. Look at me. I have no idea he's having sex with women my age. What? He only sucks my titties. Anyway, going back to the small towns in Oklahoma, one of our families out there who's well known has a teacher for a mother who taught out there. We love teacher mommies. They get daughters a lot. And anyway, they're daughters who can easily afford whatever they wanted, not only today, but back then. Shara, her mommy, worked really hard cleaning houses to afford a pair of contacts for her because she wanted her brown eyes blue. So I saw Dr. Zellner back when he was actually seeing patients before he made it into a big wig where he doesn't see patients. He doesn't have to. He sees, all the doctors who work for him now see patients 7 days a week, push them through like cattle. But we country folk like cattle, so, and horses. But anyway, her contacts were so pretty that one of us, a teacher kid who's got lots of money, listen, we brag not only about our pool table, but the horse we had to sell to get the pool table. Fuck those horses. We needed a pool table. We weren't using it. We were sneaking out to the midnight rodeo. Sure didn't want to go. But anyway, I needed, as a homecoming queen there, to borrow Shara's blue contacts because, well, I'm the one with brown eyes out of my sisters with blue eyes and blonde hair. I got that weird textured ethnic hair and ethnic eyes. My goodness. Anyway, Shara, listen, I would never speak to you, but nobody here at the school yet can score these kind of contacts. We don't have internet and Wish yet, but please, can I maybe have you over a couple of times and ignore you while I sneak the boys into my bedroom while you watch Silence of the Lambs in the living room? But listen, you can definitely enjoy the hot tub. We'll tan out on the deck before one of us gets really jealous that your mommy got you a tanning bed she cleaned houses for. That makes me angry. I'm going to tell everyone you really don't have one at all, even though several of us keep trying to get over there to use it. But I did talk that new girl who sounds like a black girl We've never seen one of those. TLC's awesome, though. Don't go chasing waterfalls. Haven't listened to the lyrics of that once, but I like them. They're cute. Anyway, especially her contacts, I finally talked her into letting me wear for homecoming. Pictures are in the yearbook. It's the only way we know how to pose is actually for yearbook photos. That's what we do today at the pubs, pub crawl. Listen, we need a picture. All of us are too drunk. Let me try to balance. Get those hip flexors like yoga. I'm sorry, yoga. Next, we'll go into how we bought into yoga, not really understanding what that was even about. We wanted to be tribal. That's cool now. It wasn't cool until we started getting our really shit tribal tattoos. Chadley has a few all over his arms. He tries to go up to people with cool tattoos and say, badass, broseph. Yeah, so anyway, I did let her borrow those contacts. I had no idea I was being used for that till after homecoming. She wouldn't speak to me anymore. That's okay. When I went over to your house, I couldn't relate to that opulence you're living in. My parents were working class. I know your dad was a scientist and her mommy was a teacher. She talks so much about, hey, when you girls come over, let's have a little slumber party with you. I don't want to grow up either. Yeah, that's cute. Anyway, one of them now, she's a nurse. She married somebody we all went to high school with. He has affairs on her all the time. He did it in high school, well, and after that, way after, before she married him. But listen, she's got her babies just like she wanted a lot of. And so anyway, the sister borrowed my contacts last I heard. I don't think she wanted kids. She figured out real quick. But the older one, I don't know if she does or not. She's in the Hamptons now. I ain't even lying. I don't know how you end up from small town Okie girl into the Hamptons, but part of it might be a little jealousy that she got the light blue eyes and blonde hair. Like the younger one, too. Somehow that middle one who keeps telling me I don't think I'm my dad's. There's no way. But anyway, we've got to get to the midnight rodeo. Wait, what? We're not 18 yet. That's okay. They don't ask us for IDs. But Sherry, you can stay behind. I know you fear your parents might find out you're leaving when you say you're supposed to be here, because you actually get in deep trouble when you get caught. Later, we'll talk about that girl we also went to school with who got a little upset at Sheriff for being a bit too ghetto, so she told everybody, and actually, she had the DA call Sheriff's daddy and say, we need to speak to you. It looks like you're really what seems to be not very country white daughter who speaks like she comes from urban areas. Broke into one of the other girls' houses to steal what? A no fear shirt out of her house. That's what she said. I said, really, how can I get there? My parents watch my every move. Especially since my brother killed himself not too long ago. That's been real hard on our family. My parents worry I might get a little depressed and do something as similar as that. I don't know how I'd really make it out to steal anybody's no fear shirts, as we live out in the country and I have no way to get there. I'm nowhere near driving yet. I have to stay at home all the time till I can convince my mom I found one of those really high-class girls who won't get me in trouble. Yeah, that's cute. Especially when my dad had to take me down to go talk to the DA. And she said, what do you do after school? I said, well, I'm home. You can ask my mom. She tries to get home from cleaning everyone else's houses in time so she can watch my every move. So I don't get any addiction problems. Yeah, for some reason we get stereotyped when we don't have money or might have an accent that sounds like we might have come from, well, not the Cardi B, Gucci Mane kind of black people. We're talking about the kind that know great musical talent. Yeah, so anyway, I'm out of here. Shara can't wear contacts today. She has eye problems due to her type 4 albinism. Gives her light features, but somehow a little bit of ethnic thrown in there. I'm a little jealous. Tribal. I'm gonna be tribal. They had such easy lives. Yeah, they did. They didn't even have Starbucks on the Trail of Bears. Did you know that? They had seltzers. On the lake, I guarantee you, those original natives who lived in that land, we like to go. What is it we do? We float. We float on their river and talk about how hard our lives are. Drinking the White Claw. Yeah, that's good stuff. Has no calories. It's great for people like us who don't eat. We can't cook either. That's what our friends do. Well, who they hire at their nice restaurants, that's what they do. Did you know French people can cook really good? We have no idea. They're Hispanics back there cooking the French food. Japanese hibachi noise. We don't know shit about culture. We keep stealing everyone else's. Tap, tap, tap those tribal tattoos on like old world. Tap. What is she talking about? Listen, I gotta make a Facebook post about how about I need another tattoo. If anybody has any recommendations for the cheapest I can find for something on my body forever. Not like stretch marks. From babies. Oh, that felt awkward to watch. Turn that shit off. Shara's talking about shit from people we may know. If not, well, there's so damn many of us alike. She could be speaking of me.